I was just looking at City of Lies. That's what I'm going through. That's what I'm going through. But I'm gonna show y'all something where this shit ain't gonna happen no more though. Ever in your life. Now watch this. That situation with Pop and Biggie, let me show it to you on a spiritual level. Everyone who was involved in that situation, girlfriend, boyfriend, police officer, security guard, every single individual was prepared for that moment probably for most of their life. And if you could go back and talk to everybody that had anything to do with that, good or bad, they would probably tell you that's probably one of the worst moments of their life. And they ain't gonna tell you that just because Pop and Biggie died. They gonna tell you that because of all the bad karma that came after that, if they're honest about it. And that the cop said something that he was that the publisher or the reporter was the reporter and the cop was talking about something, and they were like, it'll be a economical, basically an economical crash for the city. When it get to that level, you better believe Satan and God is involved. Then everybody's being tested in that moment in time. Now, let me show you some real stuff. After Pop and Biggie died, a great, whether you know it or not, a great uh, suppression and an overwhelming financial um, issue occurred with my people after that. Dramatically, almost catastrophically, to the point where shit, bro, the poverty rate went up, drugs, all of it, right? Everything went up, almost to the point that we didn't have no justice. Well, guess what? We didn't. At that moment in life, you were prepared for your whole moment to do that. They had some of the most finest women. Everybody was involved in that right there. The problem is with my people, I'm going to say this. You got paid a substantial amount of money that you felt like you couldn't refuse. But that was a Judas doll. That's a Judas coin. Because what happened was, when everybody, I'm trying to make this as plain when they'll play it on YouTube. What happened was right here, this is just one moment right here now. It's a bunch of these moments. It's got to stop, though. It's going to stop with me. It's a bunch, whether I die or not, it's going to stop with me. Because y'all going to feel y'all going to feel the heat from this time. Y'all going to feel the storm from this time. You're going to notice the storm. See, you tricked yourself last time to not notice the karma that came behind all this. Because, see, it's like they took, let's say it was a lot more than that, but let's say 20 people was involved in that situation. It was 20 good people and 20 bad people. The 20 good people, let's say it's about inheritance. The 20 good people inheritance got turned over to the 20 bad people. Yeah. So you gotta listen to me now. That's what's going on right here. At this moment, if they would have did right by Pop and Biggie, my people, we wouldn't be in poverty right now. These beautiful moments right here, this is a beautiful moment right here. As bad as I hate to say it's beautiful, it was beautiful. Pop and Biggie lived in their purpose, not just for the music. No, 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 no. It was mainly for this. This right here. I'm getting chills saying this. It was for this moment right here, when they died. That was their moment. Whether they Machiavelli or not, that was their moment. And That moment wasn't for them. They was the anchors. They was the tools. Amen. They was the tools. Listen to me close, people. They were the tools. That moment done came up plenty of other times. Big L being one of them. It done came up plenty of other times. Every time that moment came around, that was our chance to get hooked to that pipeline. Every time we failed that test, that forfeit our right to get hooked up to that pipeline. So it ain't got nothing to do with race. It's got to do with we all are in a bottle. And until we can stop our dog ways of a dog eat dog for $1, they're not letting us get on this pipeline. Why is it that blacks are the oldest in the world? Most intelligent probably in the world. Sleeping giants of the world. But the lowest on the toe pole. Because we don't want to forfeit our dog ways. We don't want to forfeit our dog ways. So, let's get down to the nitty-gritty of this. What am I saying? I'm saying right here, every nationality got their own, let's say they got their own justice. Every nationality. Let's say every nationality got their own justice. So, if every nationality got our own justice, we forfeited our justice. We forfeited our justice. Right here. Now that moment appears again with me. You forfeit our justice. Okay, what that mean? That means you're going to be in poverty again. All y'all, even the ones that was involved in this and got the good hand of the stick, went to poverty because you didn't deserve no money in the first place. Why would anybody give $1 million to somebody who can't invest $15,000? Giving $1 million to somebody who can't invest $15,000 is like giving $100 to a teenager and telling them not to spend it. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. So what happened is, it's a system. You gonna probably say, "Go, well, white folks and this and that." No, it's a system. This is a game. And in this game, it ain't but two teams, Satan and God. You forfeit your justice. So you forfeit your right to blessings. You forfeit your right to blissfulness. You forfeit your right to opportunity. You forfeit your rights to love. Anything that has anything to do with getting you out of poverty and getting you out of a suppressed state, you forfeit it for an IOU. Like my situation. Somebody script out for a bunch of kids to ride around me with in some sports called Kids. Kids. That I couldn't even afford until my mid-30s. To mug me and look at me like they ready to kill me like they killed Tupac and Biggie. I be finding these all over the place. These is all over my house. People digging holes and shit and putting shit like this all around the house. I don't even know what it is. But I find them everywhere. And then they got teenagers riding around me, mugging me like they gonna do something, and they will do something because they don't have the intellect to not do nothing. They don't got the wisdom to not do nothing. Even though this is script, they probably do. Who knows? But I ain't hard to find. You can pull in the yard. You ain't got a mug. You ain't got to ride around mud me. You just pull on in the yard. I'd rather just go ahead and get the scuff and be real with you. Because I ain't had nothing to do in a long time. I ain't got bruised up in a minute. I ain't running. So, and one thing we ain't going to do is just ride around here and just mug everybody all day long. So either you going to pull up in this yard, or I'm going to stop you. Eventually, I'm going to stop your car and say what the problem is. So it's going to have to be either way. But I ain't trying to start no trouble or nothing. I'm trying to be as respectful as possible. But this kind of ignorance done went on too long, y'all. Because it ain't about me. Like I said, Pop and Biggie was the anchors. If you think they're in hell, think again. You can also forfeit your opportunity to go to heaven and give it to them. See how that works? It's all energy. You take somebody else's life from them, they take their life from you. See, you lose your afterlife. A possibility. It makes sense. You take somebody's life here, you lose your afterlife if you don't get it right with God. That means they got your afterlife. So, we better start, you better teach your kids something. And a lot of y'all just better get ready to go broke. Because I ain't bending for nothing. You got your little scripts, and I know they be over there talking and shouting. I know they your boys, them kids. You ain't learned your lesson yet. Y'all ain't learned y'all lesson yet. You still over there trying to play possum. I ain't running. I'm going to be outside walking like I normally be. Y'all can pull up anytime. I just want the whole world to know. It's time for us to stand up together. Don't sit around here and wait on somebody, another legend, to get killed. Because you ain't going to do nothing but lose your justice. And you're going to be in poverty for another century. You're going to be stagnated for another century. No more opportunity. Back to playing the race card. Do you really want to do that? Back to complaining. Back to crying. If you ain't crying to mom and daddy to keep you out of prison, you crying to mom and daddy to get you to get you out of prison. So, unless you want to keep crying, grown people want to keep crying. This game over, and it's gonna stop with me. I rode with God to the end. Y'all moved all these people around me to what? Torture me in my hometown? Who paying you? Because whoever you work for don't look like me and you. So just know what I'm telling you. It's not the other nationality job to keep us afloat and to protect our justice. It's a game. And let's say the name of the game is who can take whose justice away. With that being said, it ain't another nationality gonna help you keep your justice. So you might as well get them kids up and teach them how to be responsible, mama and daddy, and get them out my face. Because I ain't running away, and I ain't walking away. Until you kids want to do all that, I'm going to eventually stop you. And you just going to pull up. You can pull up in my yard. I give you permission. All y'all can pull in this yard. You stand around in my hood, in my neighborhood. You can pull up in this yard any day you want to. Don't ride around me and mug me. Because I don't like looking at people in their eyes. I got good reason not to do that. Spiritual reason. If you got a problem with me, you be a man and you be a woman and you pull up in this yard.